Hi class, and welcome to your Psych 323 course. This is the Gender of Psychology. I'm your instructor, Jen. So I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a welcome announcement and a welcome video just to introduce myself, give you a face to the name and to all of the responses and emails and discussion board postings that you guys are going to be getting. So again, my name is Jen. Please, you can refer to me as Jen in your emails and any of your questions that you have. So as we go forth, hopefully you've ordered your textbook by now and you've got kind of a good idea of what's expected of you each week. Just to quickly cover, so you do have different short papers and you have discussion boards to do each week. And as you all are probably well aware, the discussion boards are due Thursday, and then Sunday is when the responses are due. That might be a little bit, might alter a little bit towards the end of the semester. You guys have a couple days extra to finish things. In addition, I'm pretty flexible with due dates. I recognize that you all are, busy working people and you've got families and things take up your time. So please just email me if you ever have a question or concern, or if you know in advance that you're going to be late. Just taking accountability for the work really hits home with me, and usually can be very, very accommodating and flexible with you. So keep that in mind. Like I said, you should have your textbook. You should have already accessed everything online. Just kind of refresh your knowledge of Blackboard, see where everything is with those tabs. The learning modules are where everything is located. The discussion board tab as well, you're going to be accessing that. Your grade center, make sure you keep an eye on that as far as your expectations for the grades. In addition, just time management and writing proficiency is a big part of this class because it's a lot of information in 9 weeks. It's going very fast paced. So just make sure that you've got a good handle on things as far as time management. As I said, I know you guys are very, very busy, but knowing what you can do and prioritizing things makes a difference. In addition, all of your papers need to be edited, and it needs to be college level writing, academically proficient. But there is an SNHU Writing Center if you do find that you're struggling with writing papers or you're not quite getting APA formatting down. Please let me know, or please find your SNHU Writing Center, send them an email, and they'll be more than happy to help edit some of your papers and help you out. So that kind of all being covered, a little bit of the basics there. I have a couple of questions for you guys. This is Gender of Psychology. This is a very, very open-minded kind of class. This is a psychology class at its core. There's nothing that's set in stone. These are all socially constructed ideas, and you're learning about them. This is your society that dictated these things. None of this is the way it is necessarily. So you are going to be comparing and contrasting the biological aspects of males and females, which is kind of more of the concrete, scientific, yes, that is the way it is. If you are a male, you have specific biological anatomical aspects in addition to a female, you're different than a male. Now, gender in itself, again, open your mind. This is socially constructed ideas. These are different based upon different cultures that you go into. And I think you guys are learning all about the different cultures and the different ways and different ideas as far as what gender is and what it means based on chapter 1. You guys are exploring that, and then chapter 4 explores some things as well, which is what you're doing this week. So kind of knowing that you guys are diving into this, just head straight right into the pool here. I've posted a couple questions for you guys to consider as you've been reading your textbook. Do you think that different scenes from movies portray, do they portray sex? Do they portray sex meaning biology, or do they portray gender, or is it both when you think of different actors and actresses and the roles that they're playing? In addition to that, do you think gender is influenced by nature, nurture, or both? And why? That question also has a little bit of reflection involved as far as what your beliefs are on the subject. Everybody's been raised differently. Everybody has come from different culture, a different place with different family values and paradigms of life. These are our subjective realities. My reality is different than everybody else's because I've had different experiences. There are some generalities and some commonalities, of course, that's always going to be there. But there are specific things that I have experienced that not everyone else has. That means that my perspective is going to be different than someone else's, or a little bit different, or somewhat different, or a lot different. Everybody comes from a different background. And this contributes wholly to socially constructed ideas and why, living in the United States is such a great place because everybody can have their own ideas. Everybody has a different experience. So there's a lot of value in that. And take into consideration a country that doesn't have that kind of that freedom of difference, essentially. And, what do you think gender looks like in that country? Consider that also. So another question is, what impacts people's assumptions and perspectives about gender and gender behavior? And so you're going to think about culture and religion and technology and communication. All those different things factor in. Really, these questions and the answers are influenced by culture, language, values, religion, your environment, technology, like I said, etc. A lot of factors contribute to the idea of gender. And pretty much everything else, but gender is such a kind of a small little sub idea of where social constructionism plays a part. So keep that in mind. So this week, you're going to be learning about the different terminology. So I've been talking about social constructionism, something that's socially constructed. You're learning all about that term. That's going to be, this course is really geared through the lens of social psychology. So you're going to be looking at theories that are socially based, socially psychologically based. So keep that in mind as well when you're going through the course. Different terminology such as the sex of somebody, gender, what a norm is, social constructionism, gender bias. You're learning all about those terms this week in Chapter 1 and where they fit into a lot of the discussions you're going to be having. So try to be using some of that terminology and in addition be thoughtful with it as well in the discussion boards. In addition, this week you're learning about the relationship between gender and our biological and our psychological self, and where psychology comes in to understand different gender and how people are and their actions and behaviors and how everything's impacted to make that person who that person is. Really, you're going to be looking at some of the philosophical and the political aspects as well that contribute to the roots of gender. And you're going to be exploring a little bit of psychology as far as a field itself and how that contributes to the understanding of gender and where it all kind of fits together nicely. Again, philosophy and politics are socially constructed as well. So this is that whole notion is going to be ever present. Okay, I've kind of been redundant with that now, but I really want you to begin to consider why norms are just that. Why is that the fact? And consider something that's abnormal. Consider something that was in the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual for psychologists, 30 years ago is now not abnormal. So homosexuality was once considered a disorder. It's not anymore. So think about why that manual would change, why we have 5 editions of it and it changed every 15 years. Why did it change? So I also want you to consider, what did all of the following questions and your answers really mean to you? What do these things mean to you? And what is your genuine perspective of gender? Just as you think about it now, be genuine with yourself, try to understand where your thoughts come from and be kind of critically evaluative of yourself for why you feel that way. So you're going to be doing some sharing and some discussing. And again, please be thoughtful with all of these ideas in your discussion boards this week and pretty much all throughout the rest of the course. So for this week, you're going to be reading chapters 1 and chapter 4, and you're going to be doing a couple of discussion board activities. You're going to be doing the introduction and then your particular topic for this week as well. So keep in mind to try to be as thoughtful and as respectful of others as you can. That's your expectation, and then appropriate grammar, academic writing, and using references in everything. This is what makes psychology a great science, is that it's empirically based, so using academic references is imperative in all of your discussions to make your discussions valid. You're backing up your claims essentially with good research and good references. So that's kind of it in a nutshell for week one, and kind of giving you guys a little bit of an insight into this course. There will be videos posted every week about like 5 to 10 minutes long, usually covering some of the expectations for that particular week, things that are happening with the course, elements of that particular chapter, and some maybe highlights that you should focus on, and then your expectations as far as assignments for the week as well will all be covered in your little 5 to 10 minute videos each week. Normally they'll be updated maybe one day, Monday, Tuesday of each week throughout the course. So please email me if you have any questions or concerns, or if you feel like you might be a little bit behind or you need a little bit of help. In addition to, you notice that you're going to be perhaps delayed with an assignment submission or something like that, we would definitely be flexible and work with you. This is your course. I want you to learn everything you can from it and make it as interesting as possible for you. So again, my name is Jen, and please give me a holler if you guys have any questions. And I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye.